I'm here with John Stewart from Zazu Restaurant. Let's talk about your restaurant a little bit. It's the Roadhouse, but you're not really known as the Roadhouse, you're known as Zazu.
We are known as Zazu. It's a low-slung building. It's a bright red building off to the side of a very rural place in Santa Rosa on Guerneville Road, and it's a beautiful little place, kind of like a boat. It's very low to the ground and kind of narrow.
Yeah.
There's wooden floorboards, and it's very nice. We kind of draw you in with this sort of, like I say, unassuming characteristic, and then we try to take the food very seriously.
No, you do take the food very seriously. The write-ups have been huge, and everybody loves it. I know you're packed all the time, so get in there and check it out. Now, we're talking about a BLT. John, there are two things that most people think about. Obviously, the bacon, and I think probably the tomatoes. The lettuce and the bread, whatever.
It's sort of a vehicle.
It's sort of, yeah, exactly right. Well, today, this is not your ordinary BLT. You're gonna think about things a little bit differently, and I'm gonna let you explain the two things that are different, the aioli and the bacon. Go.
All right. So we have a meat company. We produce a line of bacon at the moment called Black Pig Meats. And it's this sort of recipe, all of these components are very sort of representative. It's very unassuming. You look at the bread, the tomato, the lettuce, all that, you don't think so much.
Right.
You know, but then we try to put a lot of thought in behind it. The pigs are antibiotic and hormone free.
Great.
They are free range. We dry cure the bacon for 21 days. It's smoked over applewood for about 15 hours. It creates a very different product from a commercially made bacon in under 24 hours and shipped almost anywhere in the world in about 27 days. The tomatoes are all local. They're just coming into season now, and they are delicious.
They're from his garden, let's face it. You guys have the garden there, it's awesome. And really, I think too, John, the thing is that all of this is great, but at the end of the day, it's the taste that we're looking for, and you've got it. I mean, you've got everything in the bag, including, if not more importantly, the taste.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, let's assemble it. Let's kind of talk about that. We mentioned aioli. Instead of talking about it, let's show them how to do it. Okay.
So aioli is mayonnaise, you know, is for everyone who doesn't know. We have one whole egg and one yolk here we're gonna put in.
Does it need to be at room temperature, cold?
I don't really have a preference personally. There may be chefs who do. I don't have a lot of those chefy things.
Oh, good. So everyday cooking, which is what we love. BLT,
exactly.
Here you go.
I don't have a whole lot of those.
Okay.
It calls for 2 garlic cloves. So we're just gonna throw these in here.
Now, you know, I would probably put 3 in because I'm a garlic lover.
Yeah, you know, and I might too. But for the folks at home, maybe, you know,
just
maybe we'll dial things back a little bit.
All right, okay.
A little lemon juice.
Now, the lemon has acid in it against the eggs. It's going to cook it right now.
Yes. But the sort of key there is the Tabasco. The Tabasco sort of gives it a little pop at the end, gives it a brightness in that heat.
Love it.
And just makes it delicious.
It makes the BLT something unique. We've got a little heat going on in the mayonnaise, courtesy of Tabasco. We love it. Now, I would maybe even do some like red pepper flakes or some I like hot, so I do some pecan peppers. I'd really
you could do a lot of those and sort of do whatever you want to your BLT when we're done.
When we're done, I can make my own. There we go.
Exactly. So here, we're just gonna slowly add the oil to the eggs and make an emulsion.
If you're cooking your bacon, give us some tips. Now, this is your bacon, it's your product, so you know how to do it.
Yeah, the bacon we make is certainly meatier than most bacon, so it's not gonna pull up and crumble like a lot of others would.
So it actually will lay flat. You'll get a flat piece of bacon instead of the curls.
We tend to cook our bacon more to the, I guess you would almost call it medium end of things, because we like that. I like bacon when it's more meaty. This is coming up close to being done.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of show off.
Now, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna put this in a refrigerator right away?
For the purposes of our sandwich right now, we're just gonna work with it right out of here.
Okay.
And we'll be fine.
If we put it in the fridge, will it harden up a little bit? Because it looks a little bit runny, but this is what you want.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's nice and...
Okay, it's ready to go.
Woo-hoo. All right, we have bacon, we have some toasted bread.
Any secrets on the bread? Use what you like?
Use what you like. I mean, what's in your house? You know, you don't wanna take this too far. We use a Pullman loaf from a local baker, Della Fattoria, and they're down in Petaluma.
Ooh, okay.
Yes, so they're pretty awesome.
I typically, sometimes, John and I were talking before about doing a Panini style BLT, and he made up a couple of really good points in that when you do a Panini, your crust does get really hard, so it is hard to eat.
Yeah, and sometimes it's something that I personally don't like. I mean, people love Panini, and it's not that, you know, it's a bad thing in and of itself, but I don't personally like how they sort of tear
Kinda
up the
do
roof
the
of your
thing.
mouth a lot of the time.
So what we did here was we just toasted the bread very easily on our grill.
Yeah,
here. We
very
just toasted
lightly,
it. Yeah.
just kind of to bring it back. Once the tomatoes get on there, if it's not toasted, it just kind of squishes
No, it
down.
gets too moist.
It's too moist,
Yeah.
and it's not pleasurable.
Right.
You know, I tend to like to season the tomatoes,
Yes.
salt and pepper.
Get those juices flowing.
You know, you could use sea salt here, but a small amount. Sea salt and tomatoes go together really well.
Okay. Okay, so what's the rule of thumb on any given BLT? 3 pieces of bacon, 4?
I like 4, and I would almost eat a sandwich and a half if I could.
Yes?
2 gets crazy, but 1.5 is like perfect.
Okay.
'Cause you kind of race through the first third, and then you kind of enjoy the next one, and
Yes.
then that last little third is kind of gluttony.
You know what's really funny is if the chef is eating his own BLTs, that's exactly what you need to order on the menu.
What's even funnier is that whole idea rolled into a party that Dusky and I have at our house on the Monday of Labor Day. We have a BLT and ice cream social. I cooked 80 pounds of bacon at my house last year.
80 pounds of bacon. Here's our BLT. He was talking about ice cream. We're gonna make that for you too. I'm gonna take a bite of this delicious BLT when
isn't that
you
delicious?
go to a break. Thanks, John. Oh, let's check it
Right.
out.
There
You
you
wanna
go.
take a bite?
Sure.
We have to. I love them. Ready?
Exactly.
Here we
All
go.
right, go.
Mmm.